Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have the 2020 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. This vehicle competes against the Ford Ranger, the Chevy Colorado, and also the Toyota Tacoma. So my question for today's video is, how does this compare to the other competition? So I have the powertrain specs for the 2020 Jeep Gladiator. So unfortunately, you have to actually go inside the actual vehicle itself to actually pop the hood. You also have these little clamps here that'll do it for you, which is a simple fix. But me, honestly, sometimes it could be very difficult, like right now. Okay, hold on, guys, hold on. This one on that one, act right. You open up the hood here, if I can get it. If you open up the hood here, I also have this pop rod here. This is a 3.6 liter V6, 17 in the city, 22 on highway, 19 combined. Regular fuel is recommended. It makes 280 horsepower and 260 foot-pounds of torque. Also, it's paired with the 8-speed automatic transmission, and this can tow 4,500 pounds. So this Gladiator is very capable of towing. This does compete with the Ford Ranger, but the Ford Ranger is the fastest in the actual segment. But I heard that Jeep is going to be releasing a Hellcat version Rubicon. I'm not sure if that's really true or not, but you have to stay tuned because, you know, some manufacturers, they say they will release a car and never actually make it to actual production. But we're going to talk about the front fascia of the 2020 Jeep Gladiator. So in the front fascia of the 2020 Jeep Gladiator, starting with these headlights here, you also have this halo design with this automatic high beam. You also have LED turn signals with an LED daytime running light, and this also comes with an LED fog light here. You also have these red accent hooks with this plastic bumper. You also have this front camera with the washer, which is $595. It's optional for the off-road portion if you guys want to have that front camera facing off-road. These vents up here, but these are functional air vents on your hood here. Nice deep bulges. Corporate Jeep grille with the 7 slats, which you guys know is very iconic for the Jeep lineup. We're gonna take a look at the side profile of the Jeep Rubicon. So on the side profile of the Jeep Rubicon, you also have your Rubicon badging here. These tires are a 280/70 all-terrain tire. They're wrapped in a 17-inch rim. I actually like the gray finish that this particular 5-spoke wheel design gives you. You also have your traditional Jeep stuff. You also have a removable top, and you also can definitely remove those doors if you're going off-roading. You also have your Jeep in your Gladiator badging here with a trail rated 4x4, which I think is a nice placement for the actual badging. Your wheelbase is 137.9 with overall length of 218. I think it needs running boards. Honestly, I'm like 5'8", and I see myself hopping into this truck. And another thing is this also comes with the Fox shocks, which gives it a 2-inch lift. So the ground clearance is 11.1. You also have rear locking differentials, also with a limited step differential. But we're gonna take a look at the rear of the 2020 Jeep Gladiator. At the rear of the Jeep Rubicon, starting with these taillights here, these are full LED setup here. You also have these red accents here. You also have your trailer plug-in here. The only reason why they cover is because it protects them against the water. You also have LED lights for your tag. You also have this tow hitch receiver down here, which I mentioned you can tow 4,500 pounds. Also I have rear parking sensors back here. I like how your Jeep name is enlarged. Standard backup camera. Your tailgate is damped. This one has the spray-on bed, which is an option of $495. I would honestly pay the $495 just because I wouldn't like the actual plastic material that you would get with the other one, because it will rip and tear over the years. But the spray-on bed, it will last you for however long the truck will last you itself. And this one also comes with the actual tonneau cover, which is nice. I would definitely pay for the spray-on bed, but overall, we're going to take a look at the interior of the Jeep Gladiator. So get inside the 2020 Jeep Rubicon. I apologize for the garbage truck that's going to be displaying on the camera right about now. So to start up the Rubicon, just put your foot on the brake and press the start button here. We're going to fire it up. The gauges do a nice sweep. You also have your Rubicon logo that displays in the LCD display here. Your materials in here, I'm going to be real brief because I actually did a full in-depth review. You guys can just check out the description box below and see how I got that review. But the materials in here, going to be a hard touch plastic here on part of your dashboard. You also have this red accents with this 8.4 Uconnect system, which is one of the best systems in the industry. Very snappy. It doesn't really lag at all. You also have your satellite radio, which is nice. Turn signal stock, one wiper stock. You also have your voice command controls here. This leather wrap steering wheel with the red piping, which is nice. Cruise control settings. This is a manual telescoping wheel. It has a good adjustability of range, which I think is nice. You also have your headlight switches here. You also have your front and rear locking differential here. If you guys were taking this off-road, you also have an off-road button, your sway bar. You also have auxiliary ports here. Putting the Rubicon to reverse, you also have this high definition backup camera. You also have trajectory with a distance marker. And like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you also have this front camera which displays this nice resolution as well. You can also press this button to clean the camera. You also have a washer on the end of it. You also have a manual mode. It's an 8-speed automatic transmission. You also have 2 cup holders here. You also have the key fob, unlock, lock, remote start, and a panic button. This traditional handbrake here. You also have this gear here to put it in a 2 high and also in a 4 low. And I noticed that it's very hard to move to certain gears. This is if you were going off-road. You also have this grab handle here. Your glove box is damped. It's very small compared to the other competitors. Like this interior here is not small, but compared to a Ford Ranger, it would be basically cramped. The center console is nice and padded. You also have a 12-volt in here, and this also has a 2-level storage as well. You also have this small storage here as well. We'll take a look at the backseat of the Jeep Gladiator. So again, to the backseat of the Jeep Gladiator, like I mentioned, I think this truck definitely needs running boards. I think because it has 11 inches of ground clearance, so I think it's a little higher. So getting inside, you also get this grab handle here. So you kind of like have to hoist yourself up into the truck. Closing the door here, door has a nice solid slam to it. You also have your speakers here on top of the roof. You also have this roll bar. It's like the red stitching and red piping that this interior gives you. Even though it's a darker interior, it's still the red accents do give it more of a characteristic, which I think is nice. You also have 2 cup holders here, your window switches, rear vents. You also have some cargo map pockets back here. You also have incandescent lighting, looks like, and also LED lighting as well, as like a combination. But overall, the materials back here are hard touch plastic. You also have this nice portion here to rest your elbows. You also get some storage in your actual door. Get the Jeep Gladiator out and see how it performs. So start off in the 2020 Jeep Rubicon. This truck rides real nice compared to the actual Ford Ranger. I haven't reviewed the actual Chevy Colorado just yet, but you guys can come back in the near future and see when I review that one. I don't hear a lot of wind noise, not a lot of road noise as well with these 33-inch tires. Of course, you guys are going to sit a little higher compared to the other competitors because you also have the 2-inch Fox shocks. The handling here is nice. It has good feedback from the steering wheel. Visibility in here is great, even from these tiny side mirrors. You also have blind spot monitoring, forward collision warning, emergency braking. You also have cruise control. I think with stop and go, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is with stop and go. You also have auto on start, which works phenomenal in this truck if you guys were trying to save gas. It's 17 in the city, 22 on the highway, and 19 combined with regular fuel, so you don't have to worry about putting premium or anything like that. And like I mentioned in the beginning, I think that Jeep is going to have a Hellcat Performance Gladiator in the future. Don't quote me on that. This is just probably a production model that they were probably thinking of. I'm not sure it's going to actually make it to the full production lineup just yet, but you never know with car manufacturers nowadays. They say, oh, I'm not going to release it, but in the long run, it might end up coming out. 280 horsepower with 260 foot-pounds of torque. Not the fastest in the actual lineup. The Ford Ranger gives you like 310 horsepower. Those here in Miami are a little crappy, so if the camera is shaky, it's not the actual vehicle itself. It's just that our roads here are crappy, so I apologize for the shaky camera. After driving the 2020 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon, even though this one has the actual 5-foot bed on the back, it doesn't perform any different from the actual original Rubicon itself. The handling is great visibility, great driver's assistance tech, which I think is good. But this is not the fastest in the segment. The actual Ford Ranger is faster. It gives it 310 horsepower compared to this actual particular trim that I'm showing you, which makes 280 horsepower. But we're going to talk about pricing. And unfortunately, I can't talk about pricing because I don't actually have the full window sticker. But some of the options that I mentioned, like the $595 front camera, the actual LED grouping light, which is $995. We also have the spray-on bed, which is $495. So this truck, this one particularly here, it took us for around $55,000 and $60,000. So this is one of the most expensive trucks in the actual segment out of the Colorado, out of the Ford Ranger, and also out of the Toyota Tacoma. So this is one of the most expensive ones, but is it worth that amount of money? And I think so, yes, because the other competitors might not even give you a front camera, might not even give you a spray on bed, but which I think is really nice. But overall, hope you guys enjoyed this full overview of the 2020 Jeep Rubicon. I'd like to give a special thanks to Dadeland Dodge for providing me with the actual Jeep Rubicon. If you guys looking to purchase this Rubicon, you guys can just check out the description box below. I'll catch you guys in the next video.